Hello, hello. So we want to do a test on something. This is not going to be a show because I don't really know what to expect. This is FK's diverse racial. I started to say rational for some reason. Anyway, FK's diverse racial skeletons, Xbox edition. A little under 3 megabytes. It's not too big. This is supposed to affect your character in the game through their skeleton. I don't know how this is really going to work, but let's just tell you the description and stuff here, and then we're going to see what really happens. This mod follows a very similar concept to Racial Body Morphs, a mod that aims to diversify Skyrim's people by modifying the body shapes based on race and gender. Now the difference in this is this modifies the mesh of the The big difference is that Racial Body Morphs modifies the mesh of the races, while this mod modifies the skeleton meshes. So the mod author thinks this will be more compatible. Now they're saying they tested this alongside HMB and XP32. If this is a skeleton, why would you have HP32? I'm not sure. We're going to have to play around with this. Now, they've noticed these changes to the characters. Now, I don't know if this will stand true in the armor and clothing, but we'll see. Elves appear to be more dainty. Argonians are more lizard-like. Khajiits also have a more dainty look. I'm assuming that dainty just kind of means thinner, smaller, thinner, lighter. Orcs and Nords are swole, so I guess that means they're more buff. And you can tell the human races apart just by looking at them. So we don't know what happens to the Bretons, the Redguards, and the Imperials. Okay. So they think this is compatible with... No, it's not compatible with Imperius or Morningstar. I think I saw a version that was made for Imperius, though. Now, this is not a new mod. This has been around... was it over a year old? It's been around a while. It may have been updated recently, though. But still, it's been around a little bit. I haven't really tried this. It's still in work in progress. Notice here that you probably shouldn't use it with these other mods like Sacrosanct and Growl because it sounds like there's issues and you just don't want that. Just don't even bother. If the mod author is willing to admit to you that there's issues, it's better just to take their advice and stay away from that. Now, and they say, General Mitten says this is a test rebuild. Okay, this is not specifically a port, it seems like. And it is a skeleton replacer for all races and genders. So we're going to have to take a look. I think we're going to use Penny, and we're just going to see what we get. I don't know why they would use this skeleton with the XP32 skeleton, but I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to download it, and we're going to try 2 things. Well, we might try 3 things. First, I haven't changed my load order much here, so you won't see much difference here. But anyway, the first thing we want to do is we want to take the racial skeletons, and I'm going to... here's my XP32. Now, they said they tested it with XP32, so we're going to test it with this version of XP32. I don't know that this is the best idea. This might crash and burn terribly, but we'll try it, and then we'll try it with the XP32 off, and we'll just see what we get. And I'll probably turn this animation off too, but not right now. Let's see what we get if we just throw it in, since they made it sound like... And I don't know what HMB is. Let me look at that again. They said they tested it with HMB and XP32. HMB. What's HMB? Sometimes acronyms is not my friend, because I'm not thinking. I don't know what HMB is. Well, I don't think that matters. I don't think this is anything. Well, that's General Mitten's again, though. HMB. Oh, they tested it with this overhaul. Is that what they're saying? I think so. This is a port of CCO HMB. Okay, so they tested it with this character overhaul. I'm not going to test it with that. I'm not going to try that. This is something I want to try on its own, but I'm not going to test it with this. I want to see how this skeleton works without these other mods necessarily. So, alright, so I'm going to leave things the way it is right now. You saw what I have in my load order. I just have the XP32 skeleton, and I have the female orcs walk like the humans, so that they have the female animation. This is really all the animation I have right here. This has the little TBBP built in, and this is supposedly too. There was a note. I think I saw that there was a note on this that says they do not believe TBBP will work with this. However, I'm not seeing it now. So maybe that's not an issue. When I was reading on this, though, I was looking at this and reading it. I thought they said that TBBP would probably not work. Well, I'm not seeing that now. Okay, so maybe I'm misremembering. I might have been looking at something else. So I do look at a lot of different things, so you have to bear with me sometimes. Sorry about that. Alright, so let's go get in the game. I think I'm just going to take Penny to the cheat room, and we'll just mess with her skeleton and change her race and sex, and we'll see what we get, okay? Alright, I'll see you there in a minute. Alright, so I've brought Penny to the cheat room. Now, right away, I don't see any difference, okay? She looks the same in the Linkle outfit as always. They made it sound like changing the skeleton would make some huge difference and that the clothing would not override it, but I don't see how that would even be possible. But let's take everything off, and you'll have to bear with me for a minute. I am using still that Pyrocast body, which I need to do a show on and get rid of it. This will take a moment right here, because this is where the Pyrocast body slows things down. I need to do a show on it and then let it go. It's either the body or it's the textures, but I think it's the body. Alright, so... Alright, I still don't see that the skeleton is overriding. No, I don't think you can use it with the XP32, at least not with the XP32 below. I'm not seeing any difference. Well, there might be some odd difference, but then again, this is the Pyrocast body, which I'm not accustomed to. So, I'm not sure that there's any difference here. I think we're going to go and we're going to move the skeletons. We're going to switch them around. So bear with me for a minute, because I think, well, hold on. Let's at least try something before we go. Here, let me do this. Let's turn the HUD up so we can see, because I have a hard time hitting this button sometimes. And then, see, even with the HUD on, I still had a hard time. Let's do the race menu. Okay, well, she is being affected by something. That's not how she looked, I don't think, before. But anyway, let's just try some different presets. These are just different presets, though. I don't see that that's a big deal. Let's go to... Oh, let's go to the guy. Hold on a second. Alright, so here's the big Nordy dude. And he is buff or swole, as they say. And he does look pretty buff and swole. Alright, let's look at the orc. It's again supposed to be pretty buff and swole was their term, not necessarily my term. I'm not sure that I see a huge difference, though. Let's just try an elf. Yeah, I'm not sure that I'm seeing a huge difference here. Yeah, there you can get them a little thinner, but that may always have been that way. Let me go flip-flop these mods. I think FK skeleton is going to need to be below. I think right now we are not really getting what we're supposed to get. Now, I might be wrong. Maybe we are. Let's look at the Argonian for a second. They're supposed to have longer, more lizardy necks. I don't know. They still look pretty buff, though. Maybe his neck is a little longer. It is a little longer, isn't it? So what about the kitties? Let's go look at the Khajiits for a second. I'm still going to move this around, because I'm just not sure that what I'm seeing... Well, that is a thinner Khajiit body. I guess we are seeing it somewhat. I'm not sure that I can see that much difference. Let's look at the Imperials for a second. But I think if we switch in our load order, if we put the new skeleton below the others, I think we'll see a difference. More of a difference. Now, I think your clothes are still going to change your body shape. Now, that's my thought and my belief, because your clothes always override whatever you have set up. No, just leave him. This is kind of Porthos look here, kinda. Just leave him. He looks pretty good. How skinny does he go? He goes pretty skinny. That makes his head look too big, doesn't it? It's kind of funny. Alright, pardon me just a moment. Alright, so I had to sneeze, and I wanted to flip-flop these anyway. I'm going to move this. I'm going to put this below. Matter of fact, I'm going to put this below. I'm tempted to put it below both of those, just to be safe. And what I might do is take this... You know what? Maybe I should wait. This is just a minor animation change. So let's ignore that for the moment. Let's put this below and see how it reacts, and then we may even turn these off. Okay? I think that'll be our third test. But for our second test, I couldn't really tell any difference. Okay? I could not see a lot of difference. I could not see much difference. So I wanna be able to see what this mod is doing, if it's really doing that much, or if it's just so minor that it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna have to do a reset and everything, so be back in a minute. Alright, so for Penny's sake, for her purposes, I'm really not seeing much difference, even with that flip-flopped. I may have to turn the Pyrocast body off. Either that or the race changes are so limited that there's not much difference. I mean, definitely there is some difference if we come and look at the High Elf and the kitties and stuff. Let's just take a look here. It appears that they... Well, I don't know. I think the excuse me, I think the Pyrocast body is kind of overriding. That skeleton might be trying to make some changes. Maybe the neck is... And you know, the neck is probably too long, don't you think? That's my first inclination here. But let's flip through some of the presets, and the Pyrocast body seems to be winning out. I don't see huge skeleton changes. I do see the longer neck, which is... it's a bit too long. It's a bit too weird. I'm just going to flip through the girls real fast, because we're going to do some more. I think we're going to do some more testing. I think I'm going to turn off the Pyrocast body and turn off all the other skeleton animation. And I think we're just going to see what we get. I don't see how I would know one race from the other just by looking at them. They all look about the same. So I don't get that, where they say you would know one race from the other, one human race from the other, just by looking at them. Maybe you would in some other way, but I'm not seeing it here. But I think everybody has a longer neck. I think not just the lizards, I think everybody has a longer neck. Let's go down to the Khajiits for a minute. And in these games, I don't think having a longer neck is a benefit. I think it makes you look freakish and weird. See how I think the kitty has too longer neck. And it really isn't affecting or stopping this body from being what it's supposed to be from what I can tell. So let me hop out. Let's get rid of the Pyrocast. You know, I'll just turn these off. I'll turn off the Pyrocast body and we'll turn off the other skeleton and stuff. Okay. Let's take her back similar to what she was. This is not going to be exactly right. Yeah, just leave her alone. That's fine. Now let's see. I don't know. It looks like the animation is still there. Now I did a reset and everything. I'm just not sure this is working the way they think it's going to work. But she does look a little different, but not, I would say not drastically different. Again, I think the Pyrocast body and all those mods, I think those are still winning out. And let's just come back in and look at her for a minute. Oh man, there for a minute I thought we were going down, you know. Alright, so let's take a look here. So, I mean, she can be, that's pretty normal. Her neck doesn't look too very long. Alright, well, I don't know. I'm not seeing any big deal here. Okay. Oh, what did I do? Oh, I hit the wrong thing. That's me for you. It's like, oh, what did I do? I hit the wrong button. That's what. Okay, anyway. Alright, so, I'm going to go turn some other things off. I will see you in the menu in a moment. Alright, so I'm scrolling down. We're going to go down. We're going to turn off. Hold on. Okay, we've turned that off, so that's okay. This is fine. That's fine. Let's see. Let's scroll down here. Let's turn the Pyrocast body off. I'm going to leave that texture on because I don't think that will matter so much. We're going to turn off. Okay, we're going to turn off that. Those might adversely affect it. Now that's all I'm going to turn off. I think everything else should be okay. Huh, I wonder, I guess I put this down here because I was testing it at the time. I know it works now, I could move it, but let's not worry about it right now. This isn't like a load order show, we're just trying to test out this skeleton. So let's see what we get. Now this is going to be a very vanilla looking character. Let's see, do I have anything here that's going to affect the guys? Oh yeah, turn this body off for the guys. Okay, so we had to turn our bodies off and we lost our guys' textures too. So we still have the girls' textures. Part of me is wondering if I should turn that off. You know what? Because I'm not sure, let's turn it off. Alright, so let's turn that off as well. I'm going to leave everything else. Everything else should be fine. It shouldn't affect the skeleton, etc., etc. So, let's go with that. I'm going to do a really hard reset and see if we can get this to show us its stuff, show what it's doing, and we'll take a look at it. So I will be back in a few minutes.
Affirmative. Moving up now.
Alright, so Penny is a Nord. Now, you're going to see some differences here. The Definitive Beauty Pack and probably a couple of other mods I left turned on are affecting her face texture and probably her hands. Not her feet, though. Or at least not very much. But if you look at her body here, her body looks more buff, or what did they say, swole. So let's just take a look at this. I think we can see how this skeleton is doing. Now, mind you, my textures are all messed up like this. This may not be perfect. And maybe we should go, but yeah, she looks definitely a lot more like manly type, you know, muscularness. Let's see. What else we got here? Red guard. I don't know if the red guard will be significantly different or not. We're trying to pay attention to how the skeleton is affecting the body shape, okay? That's what we're trying to do. Not worrying so much about the textures or that kind of thing. So the elves are a little more slender, I guess. You can still fill them out pretty good. Now, this is the girls. We're going to just run through this. I'm not sure what they're accomplishing with this skeleton, okay? And if you'll notice there, do you see the breaks around the underwear bottom? There's breaks in the body, and you're seeing through to the floor. Let's see. Even if I reduce the weight or increase it, there's actual breaks in the body, and you can see the floor through the kitty. So, alright, so I'm not sure what the intent here or what the purpose of this is, and I'm almost positive that once you put on clothing and armor, oh, she's got the same breaks around her underwear. I'm pretty sure once you put, well, it's a work in progress mod, okay? Let's remember, to be fair, this is a work in progress mod. She has the same breaks, okay? So they all have these breaks. This is a work in progress. It is not done. But I'm not sure what their intent really is, because I'm not sure that this is going to do what they want. I'm almost positive once we go to put on any clothing or armor that we're going to take the form of the armor. I'm not sure that changing the skeleton is going to really change that. Now, the one thing you are getting, I think, is you're getting longer necks on a lot of these characters, which looks somewhat strange. Now, I think she might be okay. She still has the same break down at the bikini bottom underwear. And ignore the textures. The textures are messed up because I still have a mod turned on that does a face texture only, which is why this exemplifies why I don't like mods that have like face textures or hand textures only, because you know it ends up leaving mismatches. That's why I use the texture I had to use, because it recovers all of this and keeps it all looking in sync. Nonetheless, let's get past that. So, and I'm not sure that there's enough diversification here that I can tell one race from another, like they said you would be able to. So, I'm not sure that that's really coming through. Yeah, the longer neck on the lizard is there. And some of the elves and stuff may look a little more slender. I'm not sure if that's a big deal or not. I'll tell you what, let's do. Let's go back up to the Argonian. Let's switch over to the guys. I'm not sure. First of all, I don't think this mod is ready. Okay, there's a reason it's work in progress. But two, I'm just not sure it's going to accomplish what they think it's going to accomplish. At least not in the state it's in right now. I'm not seeing that much difference. And two, it looks like it's affecting primarily the girls. Okay, so they limited his buffness. He's not as buff as, say, when we get to the Nord, you're going to see that the Nord is a little buffier, okay? So they did put a limit to his buffness, but I don't know if that's really a significant change. And then I guess they put a limit, but he still looks pretty buff. He doesn't look... You have to use the weight slider to make him look thin and wiry. So I'm not sure that this is doing what they wanted. Maybe they did this more for females. Maybe this doesn't affect the males as much. I'm not seeing a huge effect. And we'll go back and look at the mod again in case I'm wrong, in case I'm not paying attention correctly, okay? But yeah, this is... I'm not seeing a huge... I just don't know what the point is. Okay, it looks like they limited his buffness a little bit. But he's still the Khajiit. Alright, I guess I would have to know more about what they're trying to do. Let's look at this guy. Let's see, he gets pretty... See, he gets pretty bulky, Arnold Schwarzenegger-like. Now notice it's breaking around his underwear down at the bottom again, though. You can see the floor through him. So anybody they've adjusted is not working exactly correctly. Yep, and the orc has the same problem. So yeah, I think this is not ready. It's not done, and we should probably try to revisit this at a later time. The red guard. Oh, did they mess up the red guard? It looks like they did. You can see the floor through his waist as well. And through the elf. Oh, maybe they're all busted and I just didn't notice it. So let's see here. Let's see. Let's go back up to the Breton. Was he busted too? Oh, yeah, they're all busted. So, yeah, this mod is not ready. It is not ready. I think I'm gonna call it here because everybody's broken and things don't look right. And I think I understand from the description what they're trying to do, but I don't think this is done. It's not done. I will take us back to look at the mod though, so we can just make sure that I'm looking at the right things. Okay, I just remembered something I forgot to show you. Basically, you notice this guy here. And I've got his weight maxed out. Let's see, is he a Breton? He's a Breton. Maybe we'd be better off to go back to Penny. No, let's just stick with him for a minute. He is Penny in a way. We'll just leave him here. Now he's still... Okay, now outside of the character creator, you'll notice he's not broken. He's not busted. So, that's kind of weird. Like I said, I'm not sure this skeleton thing is working the way they think it will. If we put on the Blade's armor, you'll notice he looks perfectly normal. Pardon me for just a moment.
Good work, Marines!
Alright, so anyway... Yeah, I think once you put your armor on, you're going to be basically the same as always. You're going to take the shape of your armor. So I don't know that this skeleton is really doing what they want it to do, or that you'll be able to tell. But let's go try. You know, let's try our Argonian. Now his neck might be a little longer. But I don't think we're going to see any significant difference other than that. Can you tell much difference in him? Let's see. His weight was a little less, but now we've beefed him back up. I don't think we're going to see too much difference. There might be some, but I don't know how much. I just don't know how much difference the skeleton is going to make. Now, as far as compatibility, you'll notice we've not had any crashes, not had any trouble like that. But I just don't know what this is going to do for you. I'm just not seeing a lot of change here. Everybody still looks and acts the same. So, alright. So anyway, I thought we would take a quick look at that just in case. But it looks like you still take the shape of your armor, you know, and that's really all there is to it. Let's switch over to Penny the girl for a minute. I don't know if this will make any difference, but let's just do this. Actually, let's just go with her. She looks fine, actually. Yeah, she turned out okay. So let's just go with her. Let's check her weight. Okay, I made her bulbous, made her big, but we can make her medium. We can make her medium. There we go. We'll do that. But yeah, that's it. I don't see any significant difference. So I'm going to hop out of this now, and we're going to go back and look at the mod and just reread that and see where we're at.
Roger that. Make it quick.
Okay, so this has been a test of FK's diverse racial skeletons. Really, I can't really tell what they're trying to do, and I'm not trying to make fun of them in any way or give them a hard time. It doesn't really look like it does that much. However, like I said, I just don't know. I don't see any significant difference. They say you can tell the difference in the human races just by looking at them, but I did not see that. The Khajiit and the elves didn't look significantly more dainty. I don't know. I can't tell that much difference. Maybe I have to turn all my mods off and get it down to just the skeleton, but I don't think so. I don't think it would make any difference. So I'm not sure what they're doing. I did think that the Argonian's neck was a little longer. I have a mod that removes the tails, so we didn't even see the tails. So I don't see how you're supposed to test it with XP32 because I couldn't tell any difference. I can't tell much difference at all. I'm not sure what this is doing or what it's supposed to do. It does appear to be broken, and it is in work in progress. So that's perfectly fine. If it's in work in progress, it didn't crash the game, so it's not broken in that sense. But just in the character creator, there were definitely some odd things that didn't look right. And it probably has to do with modifying the skeleton and all of that. So unless you break this down more than what I did and can actually see, or maybe you're just more in tune with these changes and you can see them, I really couldn't see much difference. And I'm not sure what else it's going to break or mess with in the game as far as appearances, so I'm not going to mess with it anymore. But I didn't see that it was really... It doesn't crash, though. It doesn't crash the game. It doesn't break anything in that sense. It's just some of the appearance anomalies and stuff is not correct. Now, don't pay any attention to my textures because I still had other mods on that still had textures in them, so you can't go by that. It didn't affect textures. It just affected the skeleton, and I think they were trying to affect the shape of the bodies, but it didn't really seem to make much difference to me. And if you use other bodies, it's going to be hard to see the difference. Because like I use a different body for the girls and a different body for the guys, so I'm probably never going to see the changes for this skeleton. So anyway, I'm just mentioning that. I don't think it really does what it says it does, or if it does it very slightly. I'm just not sure that it's... I'm not sure it's worth the hassle. If they get it fixed up and get it working and it looks correct, we can always do a real show on it. But right now, it's work in progress for a reason. I don't think it's done. So I'm just going to leave it at that, alright? But this has been FK's Diverse Racial Skeletons, Xbox Edition. It's a rebuild of Fair Kari's mod, and it's by Gentle Mittens. And I don't mean any of this to be insulting or mean to the modders in any way. It's just, for me, I'm not seeing a lot of difference. I'm not seeing how this benefits me or what I get out of it. I understand the effects that you're saying that, that when you look at it, you think you can see these things, but I'm not really seeing that, and maybe I need to break my game down more and just remove all my mods and have just this mod to see that. But anyway, I'm just not seeing that much significant change. So, alright, thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. Oh, by the way, this test was requested by Tiber Septum 1955, okay? So I did this because they had mentioned, looking into this, and I know by the time this gets out, it's going to have been some time, and it's just the way my process is. It takes time for me to get something out, but hopefully this will help answer some of the questions as far as, is it really doing something that's worthwhile? If you really think it's something you'd be interested in, that sort of thing. Okay? Alright, thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later. Oh, hey, didn't know you were still here. Yeah, sorry, that was all of this. Maybe check out this other video if you want. And if you feel like it, hit subscribe. No pressure, just the fate of the universe depends on your decision. But that's alright. Take your time.